monastery. And it looks like MoLLy is going to be able to bust through here without too much of a problem. His knights now getting in. And that is a lot of knights for MoLLy. He severely outnumbers Ezim. And Ezim not going to be able to hold it at this stage. Producing more monks. And if you think about it, it does make sense. Monks only cost 100 gold to produce. Knights, on the other hand, cost 75 gold and 60 food to produce. So knights are more expensive than monks. So if you're trading one monk for one knight, then overall you're getting an advantage. However, monks are able to convert more than one unit. So if you converted 2 knights with your monk, the monk has practically paid for itself. And it makes sense, you know. So Ezim now garrisoning his units inside of his town centre, and he lost quite a lot of villagers there, as you can see from those corpses scattered along the ground. It's quite sinister, isn't it? So MoLLy able to pick off a lot of Ezim's villagers, and Ezim now with over 1,000 score difference between MoLLy. MoLLy really taking advantage. However, what do we have here? We have MoLLy being attacked from the back by Ezim. Probably produced at this stable here. I didn't see that as I was focused on this. I think everyone else was. MoLLy certainly was, as he wasn't expecting this attack. So Ezim now able to take out these units here and take out quite a few of MoLLy's villagers in return for Ezim's. MoLLy now being forced back, but once again coming in. More monks now for Ezim, converting 1, 2 and 3 knights. Monks also able to heal knights, and that's also an important thing to note. However, he's going to have to deal with these mangonels quite quickly, otherwise this town centre is going to be taken out. And if that town centre gets taken out, it's going to be almost good game for Ezim. Ezim now being forced right back by MoLLy, chased across the map. However, MoLLy did lose a few villagers, although it's nothing compared to Ezim. Ezim's still with 1,000 score difference. MoLLy in the lead by far, with a better economy, as they have lost less villagers, and with a larger army count. I swear this song has been on more than once, but hey ho, you can't complain. It's a good song. Okay, so these monks probably going to be healing up these knights right now. However, they are on 100% down here, and if you haven't played Age of Empires before and you don't know how monks work, they basically have a timer on here, and when they convert a unit, their timer goes to 0 or 0%, and they charge up, and once they get to 100%, they're able to make a successful conversion. They're able to convert units without any research. However, they cannot convert buildings or siege weapons without an upgrade from the monastery, and I can't remember off the top of my head which upgrades they are. So Ezim now converting a few of MoLLy's knights, and MoLLy now being forced back, and it's good play, it's clever play. Monks are extremely effective, they have a very long range, and they're fairly cheap in comparison to knights. So all of these knights that have the 10+1 attack are all of MoLLy's knights, as Ezim does not have any upgrades at the blacksmith. So if Ezim was to produce any knights right now from this stable, they would not have the extra attack upgrade bonus, because he's not actually upgraded his knights. Where on the other hand, MoLLy has upgraded his knights, and that means that whenever Ezim converts MoLLy's knights, not only is he getting the free knight, but he's getting the free upgrade. MoLLy now pushing it once again across the map, and that's quite a large force there, the largest force we've seen so far, and it's vastly outnumbering Ezim's. Ezim with quite a few monks there, that's 9 monks. Whether he's able to convert 9 of his units, that's another thing. Trying to convert, there's 1, 2, 3 conversions for Ezim. Can he make that 4? Not quite, but now he's able to outnumber MoLLy once again, and it doesn't look like MoLLy is going to be able to hold this. Knights dropping like flies there, being forced totally back, and once again MoLLy not being able to hold against Ezim, even though he has this massive score lead. The play from Ezim is absolutely brilliant. Trying to take out this siege workshop because he doesn't want any siege weapons banging at his gate whilst he's on the counter-attack to MoLLy, and that's understandable. MoLLy coming in once again with another knight attack, outnumbering once again Ezim's army. However, monks being able to tip the balance, and look at that, once again MoLLy being absolutely decimated, and it's really intelligent gameplay. Ezim now has a chance of coming back from behind. He's able to fend off wave after wave of MoLLy's units, and he's managing to convert a lot of them as well. MoLLy's units, of course, being forced across the map, harmed, injured, whatever you want to say, and Ezim able to heal up his units. Very slowly, yes. Monks heal very slowly, but they heal nonetheless, and it really is going to help to tip the balance. Ezim there with one of his own knights, as you can see, without the attack upgrade. So moving across the map once again, and MoLLy now kind of, I think, unaware, or not unaware, unable to deal with this. He's not sure how to deal with it. He's probably never encountered this before, and even though he retains the score lead, as you can see, it's starting to close now. Ezim able to get out another town centre and continually produce more villagers to fund his army, or fund his monks at the very least. Okay, so his knight's now looking for another angle of attack. I don't know if he's going to be able to find one. MoLLy has done a very good job, granted, of walling himself in. However, if we look at things now, MoLLy still has one town centre up compared to Ezim's two. So Ezim is now able to get out more town centres. Bear in mind that monks aren't costing any food. So Ezim's saving food, able to produce villagers instead of knights, as all of his knights are coming from MoLLy's army. It's kind of complicated, folks, but I'm sure you understand. So MoLLy now going for a market, and Ezim once again coming from so far behind, able to keep MoLLy up in his base. MoLLy, however, still has the advantage with army count, but Ezim, as we've seen already, is able to combat this. Okay, so Ezim now going for another attack on MoLLy, finding this mining camp here, able to take out probably all of these villagers. MoLLy forced to react, bringing over his own knights, and that is a lot of knights. I think that's the biggest amount of knights we've seen so far this game. Ezim now with these monks coming up from behind, so that's 8 monks there. And now if he manages to convert 8 knights, then the balance is tipped so heavily in favour of Ezim. MoLLy would be unable to come back. However, MoLLy drawing away out of range of the monks with a 9 range. That is a very good range as well. Monks do have great range. And look at this. Ezim's army fully healed. They'd just gone from being damaged to fully healed in a matter of seconds, due to the amount of monks being able to put healing on them. Okay, so drawing away from this town centre that's just gone up in time for MoLLy. He doesn't want to attack that yet, as he probably would be killed off. Even though that's quite a few knights, he would be killed off fairly quickly. Okay, so even more knights now coming in for MoLLy, and it looks like Ezim's going to miss this altogether. He hasn't seen them. He's going in for attack on the base, and he's just seen them down here, thanks to these monks coming across. So, thankfully, those monks kind of acted like a outpost for Ezim. Ezim now able to react to this. His monks are out of range, and if MoLLy takes the bait, then Ezim could take it. However, if we look at how many knights MoLLy actually has, Ezim is severely outnumbered. But he's not afraid. He is just hanging out there in the side of his base, knowing that he's going to be able to get some successful conversions, picking off some villagers where he can, and MoLLy still hanging back, afraid to attack. Oh yes, once again, another rhyme. I'm a poet and I just don't know it. Okay, so Ezim now going aggressive in here with a pretty well healthed up army. Healthed up, I don't know if that's a correct term, but hey ho, you know what I mean. MoLLy able to just kind of, he's going to be able to outmaneuver Ezim, that's for sure. He has got more knights well, more knights. He's going to be trying to take out these monks, because with these monks in play, MoLLy isn't going to be able to really get a grip onto Ezim. However, look at this. Ezim now taking the advantage once again, or if not the advantage, he's definitely drawn level with MoLLy's knight count there. He's not damaged at all. MoLLy, on the other hand, is sitting there on some fairly damaged knights, and Ezim now trying to take out this town centre, and he might be able to just do that. He's forcing MoLLy to respond, because MoLLy really cannot afford to lose this, as it is going to be put behind. And as you can see on the scores now, the scores are drawing very close indeed. MoLLy now going for an attack on the monks and successfully getting all of those conversions. And just look at this, his army count being completely reduced there, just falling rapidly, managing to get all of those conversions in. Ezim now taking the massive advantage, look at that, and MoLLy being forced back across the map. Amazing play there by Ezim, able to reduce MoLLy's army, cut them up, and really just pick them off as they're retreating across the map. Ezim now, well, he was able to push through that gap. He's no doubt going to finish off this town centre. MoLLy now with a reduced army size, getting out though some archery ranges to produce cavalry archers. There we go, 2 cavalry archers there. Cavalry archers, of course, with the advantage over knights. However, Ezim once again healing up his army with his monks. He's still producing monks at his base. They're queued up there quite nicely, gathered to this point here, where that little flag is. And it looks like Ezim's able to take out this town centre, leaving 3 knights there to finish that off, whilst he focuses on taking out MoLLy's army. MoLLy, however, with a non-existent army, and Ezim, look at that, taking once again the big score lead. And there we go, MoLLy has completely given up. So I thought I'd bring you that game there, because it was slightly different. Excuse me. Slightly different. Even though it was a Hun war, and we've all seen it before, I just thought, you know, it's different, it's good game, and Ezim really did come from behind, and I was extremely impressed by his gameplay there. MoLLy had the upper hand for a large portion of that game. Even though he was on the back foot from the start, he did a good job of repelling Ezim's initial push. However, Ezim kept his cool. He produced a lot of monks, and he was able to convert MoLLy's knights, and it really paid off for him in the end. So anyway, thanks for watching. Go check out AOC Box, where I got this recording from, thanks to them. I've been ZeroEmpires, and I will see you next time. See you later.